Tell us a little bit about the Supreme Court case that's going to be argued this week as it relates to abortion. A big case in front of the Supreme Court.
Case. It's the biggest case, some are saying, in 20 years.
Yeah.
Whole women's health, and the oral arguments were this week. And the very fact that it went to the Supreme Court, I mean, is just a tragedy that they contested Texas's right to regulate the abortion industry in their state. Basic regulations that say that they have to be an ambulatory surgical center, that, you know, the hallways have to be wide enough to fit a gurney through, things like that, that are very basic protections for women's health. The abortionists have to have visiting privileges at a hospital, so that if a woman goes to the emergency room afterwards, there's a connection in seamlessness in her care. Basic things, and yet, of course, the abortion industry in Texas raised a ruckus, Planned Parenthood raised a ruckus, and that's why it ultimately has gone to the Supreme Court.
It seems like they're just looking for anything, you know, loopholes, whatever they can try to do here to somehow stop this pro-life movement from happening.
Well, exactly, and here's the thing: abortion facilities don't care about women's health. They care about their bottom line, and they care about their ideology of committing these abortions against these children. And so these basic medical standards, ambulatory standards for these facilities that they don't want to meet meant that over a dozen facilities closed down in Texas. So it hurt their bottom line. They're not able to commit as many abortions, and they're not able to make as much money, which is again why this case is at the Supreme Court, because they're saying this is hurting our ability to run our businesses. Well, look, it's not about your business. It's about the health of women, and it should be about the protection of the lives of these children, preborn children.
So just real quick, any sense of the prognosis as to what, or not the prognosis, but what might happen in terms of a result now with Antonin Scalia's death? I mean, what if they deadlock 4-4? Would it go back to the lower court? And that's
exactly.
That's good
news. If it deadlocks 4-4, there's no ruling there. I mean, it's equal. It equals itself out. So that's what we hope for. We don't want there to be a 5-3 on a terrible scenario, but we think it will likely be 4-4. And if that's the case, then this case does go back down. And in that matter, Texas should have its right protected at a lower level to be able to regulate abortion facilities.
Thanks, Lila.
Thank you, David.
Good.